Today, I want to review what we learned yesterday. But to make it all more interesting, we're going to do this by learning about Melanie Perkins. She's an entrepreneur who, like many startup founders, recognized a problem or unmet need and decided to do something about it. And in the process, she ended up disrupting the market. So without further ado, let's look at the story of Canva's rise. As I just mentioned, Melanie Perkins is the entrepreneur who co-founded Canva, a graphic design platform that has revolutionized the way people create and share visual content. She was born in 1987 in Perth, in Australia. I hope I pronounced that right. And as a university student, Perkins studied communications and psychology. And during this time, she recognized a significant gap in the market. It was while teaching design programs at her university that she observed that students struggled with complex design software like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. Well, this is where her idea for Canva was born. She wanted a simple, user-friendly graphic design tool that anyone could use, regardless of their technical skills. Of course, Perkins' entrepreneurial journey was not without challenges. In 2007, she and her co-founder, Cliff Obrecht, launched their first venture. This was called Fusion Books, and it was an online tool for creating school yearbooks. Yearbooks, by the way, are special books for schools that contain photos and memories of students. In any case, this early project was a precursor, or the project before Canva, and it allowed the co-founders to refine or perfect their original idea so that they could really understand the needs of their target market. Basically, Fusion Books allowed students and schools to create custom or tailor-made yearbooks, which, as we shall see, was the precursor to a more extensive design platform. It was only after the success of Fusion Books, which became the largest yearbook publisher in Australia, that Perkins and her co-founder gained the confidence to take on the broader market of graphic design. Once they started tackling or taking on that broader market, one of Canva's critical success factors was its ability to keep customer acquisition costs, or CAC, low. Early on, Perkins and her team leveraged content marketing and partnerships to get new users. By the way, to leverage something is a really great business English term. It's used often, and it means to use something to your advantage to help you achieve something. For example, if you have a ladder, you can leverage it to reach a higher shelf. So Perkins and her team leveraged content marketing and partnerships to attract users. In other words, they used a blog, and this blog was filled with design tips and tutorials, which served as an effective tool for driving organic traffic to the platform. This means they got visitors to their website without paying for advertisements or search results. Potential customers came to the Canva website all on their own from their own web searches, and they came to the Canva blog or website because it had valuable information. This is what we mean with content marketing. Additionally, Canva collaborated with influencers and educational institutions like universities. And all of this helped spread the word about the platform. And they did all this without incurring significant costs. This approach was important in reaching a broad audience with a low budget. In regards to their business model, Canva's idea was to maximize the lifetime value, or LTV, of its customers. The platform adopted a freemium model, which offered basic design tools for free while charging for premium features through a Canva Pro subscription. But then, as users became familiar with the platform and recognized the value, many upgraded to the paid version so they could access the additional features with advanced designed elements and templates. I'm sure you recognize this freemium model in other sectors, as it's quite a popular method to acquire customers. Minimizing churn rate was also important. Remember this term? The churn rate is the percentage of users who stop using the service. So minimizing it was another priority for Canva. The company focused on user engagement and satisfaction, which were critical to retaining customers. Canva's team paid close attention to user feedback and improved the platform based on that feedback. They made the user interface more intuitive and expanded the range of templates and design elements. By the way, intuitive is a word we often use when talking about software and computer programs. Basically, if something is easy and straightforward to use, we say that it's intuitive. In any case, by addressing user pain points, meaning by fixing the issues that customers complained about, Canva was able to keep its churn rate low and maintain a loyal user base. For any startup, keeping the burn rate low is important, and it was no different with Canva. Burn rate, by the way, is the rate at which a startup spends its capital, or money. Perkins and her co-founder were careful with their spending, and they prioritized sustainable growth over rapid, unsustainable expansion. I know that yesterday I said that startups typically want to grow fast, but Perkins and Canva focused more on first building a solid product before aggressively pursuing growth. By carefully managing their burn rate, or how much money they spent, Canva ensured that they had the runway or financing to continue to scale or grow their operations. Canva's subscription-based model provided a reliable source of monthly recurring revenue, or MRR, which was crucial for the company's stability and growth. Canva Pro, with its additional features, was able to get enough users to upgrade from the freemium version to the paid subscription. This steady stream of income then allowed Canva to reinvest in product development and marketing and also customer support. Then, as the user base grew, so did the MRR, or monthly recurring revenue, which provided a strong financial foundation so that they could grow or scale. Of course, maintaining a high gross margin was another factor in Canva's success. The digital nature of their product meant that the primary costs were related to technology and personnel, or staff and employees. In other words, they didn't need to worry about costs of physical production or manufacturing. And as a result, they had higher gross margins, as it didn't really cost them anything to add a lot of more users. By keeping costs under control and maximizing revenue from these premium subscriptions, Canva was able to maintain that strong gross margin. Finally, user engagement was a central focus for Canva. The platform tracked metrics such as daily active users and monthly active users. To keep users engaged, Canva offered a wide range of design templates, fonts, graphics, and they made it easy for users to create high-quality designs. They also provided tutorials and educational content, and it all helped users improve their design skills. In short, Canva's user-friendly or intuitive interface encouraged users to spend more time on the platform, all of which increased engagement. So, as we've seen, Melanie Perkins was able to identify a gap in the market and develop a user-friendly solution that helped make quality graphic design available to everyone. Canva's focus on key performance indicators such as customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, churn rate, burn rate, monthly recurring revenue, gross margin, and user engagement, it all played a crucial role in the company's growth and success.